Very strong rotation. They're gonna get new tornado warnings right in here. These two cells are rotating pretty strongly. These two cells are gonna get tornado warnings. Using GR level 3. Thunderstorm wind damage. Home was damaged and trees and power lines were downed. Wow, strong rotation with these. More gusted out, so probably more of a straight line wind damage threat with these. More gusted out. Bowed out.
Are you talking to me?
Shut the fuck up.
What are you talking to?
I'm making a fucking video, you dumb shit.
Wow.
Stage 8 tornado vortex signature. Out of a stage 12, I think it goes to. Very strong supercell. New tornado warning just came out. These are strong supercells. These cells over here are weak to start, but they're probably gonna. I can guarantee you they're gonna get tornado warnings in the next 10 minutes. They're rapidly intensifying. These cells down here. Look at this cell coming off the bay here. Let's see if this one's rotating. Not yet. That one might get a tornado warning soon. I'm not seeing too many classic hooks. No hooks going on. This one's got a nice hook on it. It did. Last scan showed a hook. These cells are really getting impressive now. Look how quick they're developing. Some hail with them. Oh, tornado reported. We have a tornado reported on the ground now. Has a purple outline. Let's read it. It's just saying a tornado reported on the ground with this cell now. Heading towards just north of Sandy Hook, Columbia. Another these cells are starting to rotate down here. These ones are going to get tornado warnings very soon. We now have a tornado reported in that purple box on the ground. Tornado reported on the ground. Save this in there. Frozen. Alright, here we go. These two are going to get tornado warnings very soon. Nice hooks on them. More gusted out on those cells. Tornado reported on the ground with this cell now. So, take cover. Got Got a better scan with this one. Nothing much going on over here. Go to Mobile. We've already had a decent amount of tornado outbreaks this year for 2013, so I think it's going to be an active season. This storm's going to get a tornado warning. All three of these cells are going to get tornado warnings very soon. This one, and this one that's severe one, they're going to get tornado warnings very soon. These cells are coming up behind the cold front, so they're probably going to stay weak. Elevated, they're going to stay elevated. Got a huge squall line in Alabama. No severe thunderstorm warnings on it yet. It's these cells in southern Alabama that I'm worrying about. They're just starting to develop. You can see them right there. They might rotate. They're going to put another tornado watch out probably. Severe thunder, a line of good storms heading towards Atlanta. These cells that are really ramping up, these supercells. Discrete supercells. You could see it just got a tornado warning in the past 10 minutes. Alright, let me zoom in on a new cell here. Developing to these two cells right here. This one's got a hook on it now, so these two cells are going to get tornado warning very soon now. This one's really hooking around. Large damaging tornado on the ground right now. Same cell I was tracking not too long ago. It has a donut hole on radar. Look at that donut hole. Very strong rotation with this, and it's got a tornado vortex signature. We put on the rotation. Look at that. Amazing rotation. Look how strong. This is called the NROT. Detects how much rotation is in a cell. Look at that. It's in the red. It goes all the way up to pink, and it's in the red right now. This is a life-threatening situation. Tornado has been reported on the ground still. This is a dangerous situation. Just like I said earlier. In the other video, I was talking about other cells rotating. Look at this. This cell this is the other storm I found. I was showing you guys in the video that was rotating, and it's got a tornado vortex signature on it already. These cells are going to become tornado warning. We got a very, very large tornado on the ground with that cell. This is a dangerous situation here in Louisiana and Mississippi. We're going to get a new tornado warning out on this cell any moment. Any moment now. This is a very dangerous and life-threatening situation, guys. I'm going to save this image now because I like to save storm images of that are just incredible. Donut hole on a cell. That means there's a tornado on the ground. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. This is a very dangerous situation. Same cells I was talking about earlier. I was talking about these three cells rotating. One of them's got a tornado warning on it right now. It's with this radar technology GR level 2 analyst. It's very easy to tell whether a storm's rotating or not. And these two cells were rotating earlier. They still are. They might get tornado warnings on them later. Just be thankful that we've got this radar technology to indicate these storms that are rotating. I mean, that's your tax money helping improve your safety there. 1.15 inch hail size. You can go to grlevelx.com. GR2 analyst is $250, one-time payment. GR level 3, the one I was using earlier, is only about $80. Another great program. I mean, this is a tornado outbreak on February 10th, 2013. A couple of days after the blizzard we had in the Northeast. These storms you're seeing right now is associated with the strong low pressure that's producing a blizzard in the Great Lakes right now. But look, we got tornado vortex signatures in green and yellow. This cell, like I said earlier, is rotating. It's going to get tornado warned, no doubt in my mind. Very life-threatening situation here, guys. Donut hole on radar. I've never seen that before. Another cell to the north, strongly with the hook on it. These storms are really ramping up. We got the warm, moist air, cold front. There's a low-level jet stream in this area, 80 miles per hour, helping these storms rotate. A low-level jet about 80 miles per hour. Very warm, moist air from the Gulf right there. Fueling these supercells. Oh, there it is. New tornado warning, just like I said. With this cell now. I called it. That cell just got a tornado warning. Like I showed you guys earlier, it was rotating. And it came out and just got a tornado warning. And it's running over this almost the same area of this storm with the yellow tornado vortex signature. This is a very dangerous situation. It's lost its donut hole, but no doubt in my mind there's still a tornado on the ground. Very dangerous situation. We've got more tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings out right now. 6 tornado, 1 severe thunderstorm warning. It's gonna be a very active season, I think, already. Stay safe. New tornado warning coming out with this storm that I was talking about earlier. It had 2-inch hail with it. Ridiculous. Big storms, guys. Go look at those other cells. Still a tornado vortex signature on this one cell. See another cells popping up. These are going to go tornado warning soon too, probably. Still, there's the down the line. Yeah, just amazing. Alright guys, we got a tornado emergency now. Tornado emergency for the cell that had the donut hole. We have a tornado report that 3 injuries, homes damaged along Mount Carmel Church Road and Regan Road. 3 injuries reported along Regan Road. So there's damage being reported with this cell. We have a tornado emergency now in this white box. Tornado emergency. And storm spotters were tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado. This tornado was located 11 miles west of West Hattiesburg, moving northeast at 40. So there's a large and extremely dangerous tornado on the ground right now in Louisiana. This is a storm that had the donut hole. Very strong rotation indicated in the yellows and greens. There's probably likely a wedge tornado on the ground. That's the hail with it. Very large and dangerous tornado on the ground. Tornado emergency. This storm's actually in Mississippi now. This is in Mississippi. We've got a line, just multiple tornado warnings out with these cells. So we've got a tornado emergency now for the town of Hattiesburg. You guys need to take cover right now. there's more than likely going to be fatalities with this thing. Let me save the image. This is just ridiculous. For February, God, we're in for a year. We're in for a big year ahead of us. We've got 3 injuries being reported. Three injuries reported. Tornado emergency on the ground. Large and extremely dangerous tornado on the ground right now. Let's go to the high resolution radar and see what this thing looks like. No doubt in my mind there's a large wedge on the ground right now. Yep, donut hole. We have a donut hole. Look at that. This is ridiculous. There's a report of a large, dangerous tornado on the ground with this cell. And look at the donut hole in here. Holy crap. This thing is extremely dangerous. I haven't seen something like this since 2011. We have a donut hole. Let's see what cities are in the path of this. Hattiesburg. It's eventually going to head towards you. We got another tornado warning out. Look at these. There's multiple tornado warnings out. Another hook right there. Unfortunately, this is where we've had the reports of injuries. Another tornado heading our way. This is a life-threatening. This tornado was this day was very underestimated. They were talking about it, but they weren't saying much. They weren't saying it was going to be bad, but it's really bad. They underestimated this outbreak. The low-level jet stream's really kicking in right now. We got a donut hole with this cell, which means more than likely there's definitely a tornado on the ground. I can tell you that right now. Donut hole. Ridiculous. Another update on this tornado outbreak going on. Still a tornado emergency in effect. Storm is west of Hattiesburg now. We got 2 reports of a tornado. Large tornado on the ground, multiple confirming reports as well as live video stream. Multiple damage reports across Lamar County. Damage across the western portion of USM campus. Debris blocking a road. Meteorologists and storm spotters were tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. The storm is capable of producing strong and violent tornadoes. Again, this is a February 10th, 2013 tornado outbreak. Multiple tornadoes. Let me show you there's the hail core with it. Still strong rotation you can see here. Yellows and greens. This is a very, very large tornado. Already reports this is a wedge tornado on the ground. Still on the ground. It came out, let's see. It developed right about here. This isn't the cell that produced it. This is another tornado warned cell that was tornado warned earlier. So the tornado was developed about south of Columbia, 10 miles south of Columbia, and it's still on the ground, and it's traveled about 45 miles. And it's just to the west of Hattiesburg. It's been on the ground for about 50 miles now. Almost an hour it's been on the ground. Multiple reports of tornado. Another tornado warning storm in Alabama. This is a life-threatening situation, guys. These cells are starting to rotate coming out of Louisiana. We got a hook on this cell. No warning on it yet, but there is rotation showing up on radar. The greens and reds here. That's the rotation for the cell. No tornado warning, but they need to get a tornado warning on it soon. Because almost every cell that came out of Louisiana today has gone tornado warned, including this cell right here with the tornado emergency. That one developed out of Louisiana. I have the very beginning video showing that cell coming out of Louisiana right here. It's just really amazing how these storms just phase in and phase out, then they develop really quickly. So almost all these storms that came out of Louisiana today have gone tornado warned. Still in this white box, that's a tornado emergency in effect. Went by Hattiesburg, now Runnelstown, going probably just to the south of Ovett. Another cell. Look at these. These cells are just crazy. This cell right here is starting to get interesting because when I show you the radar in motion here, it was going completely northeast and it's taken an almost complete right turn now. When you see a right turn, that means it's rotating. So watch how this storm comes out. See how it took that right turn? You see it going northeast? Boom, it goes right. All these storms producing probably golf ball to baseball sized hail. This one's producing golf ball, 1.75 inch. This one's producing 2-inch hail. Very dangerous situation. You can see the hail cores on these things. I mean, these storms are amazing. This cell needs to get a tornado warning on it. If I were in National Weather Service, I'd issue one right now. Very imminent tornado threat with that cell. It's a new scan coming in. And then the cold front still draping back in the Louisiana. Conditions aren't as favorable. The low-level dread isn't as strong, so nothing much over there. But also another threat is flash flooding. A lot of flooding in these areas too, because these storms are just training on top of one another. See the pink there? That's the hail. Just a very dangerous day here. This day was underestimated. They weren't talking much about it. It's finally getting the attention of the Weather Channel. Here's another cell. These two cells are rotating right here, but this southern one doesn't have a tornado warning on it. This cell right here is rotating. No tornado warning on it, though. It's sad because the storms just hit by tornadoes are going to get hit by another cells. This cell's got a nice hook on it, going right for Gauss. If you're in Gauss, you need to take cover right now. Very discrete supercells forming here. There's that southern cell that needs to be watched closely. Look at it. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 cells rotating right now. They're all in a very confined area though. They're not widespread. It's very localized. Only stretching about 120 miles. So this is a very localized event going on here. It's a large outbreak, but not widespread. Just a very dangerous situation here.
We have a rate over to our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, for the very latest on this ongoing severe threat. Dr. Forbes.
And Todd, we had reports with that one rotating supercell thunderstorm, the West Hattiesburg, University of Southern Mississippi. Prior to that, Pickwick area, 5 homes damaged, 3 injuries. And then north and east of Hattiesburg, the Petal area, maybe some parts of that a continuous path. Now a tornado over in southwest Alabama that has produced damage, and a tornado been confirmed. So right now you can see here for the big picture things, southeast Mississippi from not far from Hattiesburg over to around north of Monroeville in southwest Alabama. That's where there's a whole line of rotating storms with tornado warnings on them. That's all in the area south of this warm front.
You just realized that? I saw that like 2 weeks ago.
Now, going through Montgomery, have marched down the warm front, but most of that area now is north of the warm front and in more stable air, not as warm, not as moist. But south of that warm front, the temperatures are in the low 70s. The winds change from south-southeast at about 20 to about 60 to 70 miles per hour at about 5,000 feet. That's what allows these storms to rotate. So we'll start with just to the north and east of Hattiesburg. The storm that had hit West Hattiesburg, that is now over in parts of Perry and Wayne counties, the Rose, Runnelstown, the Tallahassee area, and rotating very strongly there as it comes into the area south of Waynesboro. I'll take you a look at that one. Look at this one on the high-resolution radar. There's a definition.
There's a donut hole I was talking about.
We're looking get this up at about 6,000 feet. It has a donut hole. What happens there is the warm, moist air comes in, rises almost vertically, and then comes out aloft in forming this hail here. So the tornado would be sitting right about in here. We'll in fact take a look. Of course, we're seeing it at about 6,000 feet, so this would be up inside the clouds, and there it is indeed. Green southbound, reds northbound, still likely to be a tornado I guess here it'll be about 6 miles east of Ovette, heading off toward the northeast, near the Clara location in southeast Mississippi. Taking a look
Storms
at
racing.
Storms off to the west-northwest of Hattiesburg, Covington, Jefferson, Davis, Lamar counties. You still have tornado warnings as well. And then sliding farther to the northeast of Hattiesburg, a storm up in the area around Waynesboro, Choctaw, Washington, and Wayne counties, the Milry, Silas, Waynesboro area. There has been a tornado with this one. The tornado's been is now about 7 miles north of Richton, heading east at about 35 miles per hour. Still one more storm farther to the east. This storm had a tornado about south of Grove Hill, Choctaw, Clark, Washington counties. In Alabama, you have a tornado warning there. Chilton, the Clarksville, the Coffeyville area. So a number of dangerous storms, also with very heavy rain rolling across the area. Big Clark, Monroe, Wilcox areas. And there's the Beatrice, Camden, Grove Hill storm rolling through there. So we are under a tornado watch that goes until 11 p.m. for parts of southern Alabama, and will likely be extended farther south and east into the Florida Panhandle as we go later tonight. Then taking a look at all of this, it's a situation that I've given a tornado condition index value of 7, 70% chance of a tornado within 50 miles because of the combination of ingredients, the fact that we have such strong wind shear, they turn direction and increase with height, and enough warmth and instability for tornadoes. So southern Mississippi, southeast especially, southwest Alabama, and the extreme little bits of southeast Louisiana with a tornado threat that's a 7. We go into the overnight hours, past about 10 o'clock, it'll roll into perhaps southwest Georgia and across the Florida Panhandle. Torcons there more likely to be a little lower in the 3 to 4 range. Part of the big picture of this is that this is the warm southern tail of Winter Storm Orko. Its upper circulation, the cold pocket loft, is up there southwest of the Twin Cities, but on its south flank, very strong upper level jet stream where the jet aircraft fly, coming in from the west. So we have wind directions that are turning from south to southwest, almost west. We also have one other lobe of this upper air disturbance that will come eastbound Tuesday and Wednesday, and perhaps give right along the coastal parts of the Gulf Coast states some severe weather Tuesday and Wednesday. Tomorrow, a cold front sags across the Carolinas and begins to stall out across the southeast and into South Texas with some spotty severe thunderstorms, a low chance of a tornado. I'm thinking tomorrow the Torcon is only 2, as the low-level jet will have weakened. And
Much needed rain too.
Tuesday and Wednesday, more rain. So all told, between today, tomorrow, and Tuesday and Wednesday, some of these areas, 3-5 inches of rain and flooding, river flooding. We've already seen some flash flooding in the heaviest of rain. Todd?
All right, Dr. Forbes, thanks so much for keeping us ahead of what is going on. And of course, we want to take you at least
There it is.
video that was just uploaded to YouTube showing that monstrous tornado in progress just a short time ago there in Hattiesburg, specifically West Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
And we had storm chasers out there following, and one of them, John Sibley.
Oh my God.
Arrived very shortly after it was on.
Look at that.
Then it crossed Interstate 59 and Highway 98 as well. Apartment windows were blown out, gas stations and banks damaged.
That's that cell I was tracking.
He estimated about a half-mile wide. That was his estimation.
Scary times, especially as that crossed the interstate. The video you're seeing here from Ronald Grant, just kind of giving you an idea of the ferocity of this storm. Again, a number of active warnings, as Dr. Forbes was just talking about. We'll continue to follow the active severe weather, and certainly in this threat that will continue into the evening hours across some areas of even southern Alabama and northwest Florida.
Severe weather brought to you by State Farm.
Tornado on it. I showed in one of my first videos, I showed this storm developing right around in here, and it has been on the ground for more than an hour now. There's the cell. It's been on the ground for more than an hour. Still wedge tornado on the ground with this thing. Tornado has been confirmed and was located 12 miles northeast of Richton. So this is a very dangerous situation. This is I haven't seen something like this since the April outbreaks in 2011. But look at the circulation. This storm is still producing strong rotation. Definitely a long track supercell thunderstorm here. Very classic shape to it. 45,000 foot top. Baseball size hail likely. We're getting upwards of 80 mile per hour winds swirling around in here. There's the hail core. Very classic supercell thunderstorm here. The tornado would be located right about in here. This is a then we got two more supercells right behind it. This one has the report of baseball to softball size hail and Gauss. These two cells, guaranteed you're going to get warned very soon here. Lots of much needed rain. Some of these regions have been really dry lately, so especially Georgia and Alabama. There's severe drought, and past couple of weeks have been getting a lot of rain, so I think that drought's definitely improving there. But unfortunately, the much needed rain has to come in the form of severe weather. See the hail cores here. That all pink is indicated in the hail. Unless you see pink in the hook formature, that's a debris ball. Dual pole is showing debris too. Wow. Yeah, these storms are rapidly intensifying. Report of 1-inch hail, 2.75. Here's that sail out of Tylertown. Look at it. It's starting to rotate. Yep, there's broad area rotation with it. Nothing organized or local yet. So definitely a lot of thunderstorms getting ready to blow up here. And alright, here we go. I think, oh no, that's not a new tornado watch, but I think if I were the National Weather Service, I'd put a PDS tornado watch out. None of these watches are PDS, but I think they need to be, because we've got 6 tornado warnings, 0 severe thunderstorm warnings, and 3 flash flood warnings. We put this in motion. Watch this cell right here. Watch where that cell came from. See, that has the tornado emergency on it. These are classic long track supercells here, guys. And this isn't in the Great Plains. This is in the very southeast. So, you can get big outbreaks like 11 in these areas. And when the conditions are right, tornadoes can happen anywhere. Tornadoes have been reported in every state in the United States of America, even Alaska. So, whenever and anywhere conditions are right, you can have tornadoes. There's been tornadoes in New York, and I know where I live in New Jersey, we've had tornadoes. My mom saw a tornado in New Jersey when she was a kid, which is very unusual for New Jersey. But we had the derecho in 2012 summer. That produced 80 mile per hour winds, lots of downed trees in this area. But wow, I'm saying we have at least 3 tornadoes on the ground right now. The tornado that came through West Hattiesburg was a wedge tornado. So, I'm pretty sure it's at least an EF3. At least an EF3. If not, even unfortunately larger than that. Very severe situation. There's that reported 2.75 inch hail. It's a little hard to see, but and these storms are training. They're moving over the same area, so that's why we got the flash flood problem. Here's a GR level analyst. Wow. I'm gonna save this image. This is the 57th image I've saved today. I mean, just a very... There's that cell right there. There's a large hail core on it. I'm gonna take a storm slice here. Let me show you the storm slice here. I'm gonna slice through this cell and see how high it's tossing it. Yeah, look at that. This storm is 40,000 feet tall. You can see the anvil spread out along here. There's the hail going all the way up in there. There's the anvil. Let me take a longer slice. Gotta see the anvil. There's the anvil. See how long this thing goes. This is just an incredible supercell. I'm gonna take a volume scan. 3D shape. Now this is my tornado detection table I've created. It's definitely hail in here. You can see the pink. Let me put on change the alpha table. I'll change it to hail to show the hail in a storm. See the pink and red. Hail being tossed up as much as 30,000 feet. Let me change it back. I like to use a tornado detection table. In classic situations, you can see the funnel on the 3D image. I haven't seen that since the only time I've ever seen that was in Moore, Oklahoma. I saw that online. But you can see the hook right here. The hook. The storm is spinning very rapidly. Go to base velocity. It's still a very strong couplet. It's unfortunate. It's the hail core. Measure is showing about 1.7 inch hail in that core right there. I'm going to go to the NROT. I showed you this earlier. Show you the rotation. Definitely has weakened a little bit, but no doubt in my mind there's still a tornado on the ground. I'm going to go to National Weather Service, Mobile, Alabama, see if I can get a better volume scan just to see if the rotations, because it's scanning farther away from radar. Gotta wait for it to load here. It's a very advanced program, takes a while to load. Waiting for that load, we'll go to New Orleans. There's that cell. Oh god, this isn't good. Cells are really starting to get going here and along the cold front. These cells are probably going to start rotating and going tornado warned very soon. Show you the see, these cells are really impressive. Look at this cell. This cell completely just dissipated. Look at that cell, just dissipated. Now let me tell you something about that cell. This cell right here with the tornado warning, I have my arrow on. Watch it, it just dissipates. And I can tell you why that storm dissipated. This storm likely dissipated because it's moving over the same exact area this cell here has. And the rain is so the rain cools the air. And it cuts off the moisture feed and the warm air to the storm. Thunderstorms like warm air, warm moist air. And so that storm was traveling over the same areas that these have, and it's not good for it. It's cutting off the circulation of warm air, so it's dissipating because the air is just not, it's already been rain cooled. So you can see that cell is dissipated, that had tornado warnings on it, and it just fell apart. Right there. That cell just fell apart. Just a classic supercell. Alright, yeah, definitely. I'm here at the new radar site. We got a hook on this storm right here. You can see that hook. Let's look at that closely. There's the hook. Tornado warning on that cell. Now, I've got a lot better volume scan that I'm at a different radar site of that long track supercell. Look at it. It still has a donut hole with it. Still has a donut hole. 1.94 inch hail. See how this thing hooks around. Very violent rotation. If there's no tornado, there's definitely damaging straight line winds of at least 65, 70 miles per hour with that. I mean, this is a long track supercell. It's come out of Louisiana. You can see it right there. Classic supercell. That's your classic supercell right there. And it's February 10th, so this is pretty scary in February. This is part of Winter Storm Orko. This is Winter Storm Orko. It's producing blizzard in the Great Lakes right now. You can see these are the two cells I showed you a little earlier. Not warned yet, but they definitely have hook signs of rotation. You can see it's hooking around. This one doing the same, hooking around there. Now let me show you. This is look at this. Or wait, actually I got a better volume scan. That storm that I thought dissipated hasn't dissipated yet, but here it is right there. It hasn't dissipated yet, but it's definitely weakened. It still has a tornado warning on it. Look at this. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 supercells in a 60 mile radius. We got 6 supercells. This is like tornado Armageddon. All of these cells, all 6 of these cells are rotating. This is very, very impressive. All 6 of these cells are rotating and are tornado warned. Very impressive. We got a total of 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11 supercells right now. Definitely more than what we had earlier. So, fortunately, that even though it's right after dark, the storms continue to strengthen. They're not weakening. We still got lots of severe weather going on. And I expect it to build into the Florida Panhandle. Probably a water spout. You see, these storms are very weak, but we might get some tornado warnings along the coast here because even the weakest thunderstorm can produce a water spout over the water. So any of these weak cells that happen to come off the water will probably go tornado warn because of a possible water spout making landfall there.